All right, and welcome back for another great episode of Whiskey and Windage podcast. We have some very special guests, Mark and Paul Foster of Fostech. Welcome to Whiskey and Windage, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Hey, look, you got some words in. There's not just ums.
How about that? I'll fix that though. Trust me.
Well, tonight we're gonna be diving into how a family of innovators turned a shared passion for firearms and engineering into one of the most respected names in the industry. So again, thank you guys very much for taking the time to join us on Whiskey and Windage and tell the story.
Yeah. Thanks for having us.
Thanks, and being a little humbled by that introduction. So, but thank you.
You're very welcome. Welcome. Well, we're going to jump right into it. Our very first segment is Ask AI. It's a fun little segment. Mikey, take it away.
Man, let's do this. Before I get into it, I've already warned him about it. This week's Ask AI segment is brought to you by our friends over at EOTech. Don't forget to check out their site. And if you decide you're going to buy something there, use code WHISKEY10 at checkout and save yourself a little bit of money. Premium performance doesn't have to come with a premium price tag. The Voodoo X series combines trusted EOTech quality with the features shooters rely on most. Adjustable parallax for clarity at any distance, an illuminated reticle for all lighting conditions, and magnification ranges for every scenario. Whether you're chasing big game or ringing steel, this lineup can do it all. The Voodoo X series from EOTech, precision within reach. Fostech is a family-owned firearms manufacturer built on engineering innovation, American-made craftsmanship, and a deep commitment to those who serve. Founded in 2011 as a hobby, Fostech used to design firearms and components, reliability, user-focused innovation. Guys, how did that sound?
That was awesome.
Yeah, kind of sounds like us.
It's AI is definitely getting good at reading people's websites. That's for sure.
Yeah, there you go.
There's
Yeah,
something to that.
absolutely.
I was just waiting on you guys to look at each other and be like, "Are we awesome?" Yeah,
Is
we're
that
awesome.
us? Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I got two brothers. That's them.
Well,
Yeah.
also, AI told me that in the last decade, family-run manufacturing businesses in the U.S. have grown 15% faster than large corporate-owned firms, especially in firearms and machining industries. So you guys are a great example of that. I guess like right off the get, like what's the secret sauce to keeping a business owned with your brothers strong and competitive in the space?
Well, first of all, you got to be a little bit crazy.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
A little bit of that. Now, I can let Mark expand on it from there, but you do have to be a little bit crazy.
Well, I think the willingness to try things new, and for us, being small, if you aren't doing something new and innovative, then you just need to stay out of it. Because you're just going to get squashed. The big guys are just squash. And if it's all about making things the cheapest, that's just a road to the bottom.
Yeah.
So you have to have some type of something unique that you're doing, and that's every single one of our products. That's what's happened, is whether it's someone came to us and said, "Hey, we've got this idea and we need a little bit of help actually bringing it to market," or it was one of our brainchilds. If you don't have that unique something, you're not gonna. It's going to be very difficult. Very difficult.
Yeah. So, I'm sure when you first started this passion project of, you guys love for firearms, it wasn't natural, like, hey, we should do this as a business. It probably evolved a little bit. But how did you, when you first decided, or one of you said, hey, I think we might maybe make some money off of this, How did you envision turning that shared passion into a business, or were you just already doing it and people started asking you, "Hey, will you do this for me?" And you just started taking their money?
Well, well, I think maybe giving a little bit of background of how it got started. I mean, the business got started honestly with our cousin, um,
Okay.
and he started buying and selling estates
Oh,
um, to get honestly to fund an ammunition habit because
I like
uh,
I like
David and Judd bought transferable machine guns and like to shoot fast and lots of ammo. And so that's kind of how it got started and
Funding a hobby.
funding a hobby.
Yeah,
Mm.
funding a hobby.
Now we've always been shooters. We've grown up. We're military brats.
Okay.
We grew up in the military. I lived in 13 states, moved 26 times, but Southern Indiana was always home. This is where we
Okay.
always returned back to home. Um, and we did lots of shooting. In fact, Thanksgiving, our which we'll have another big Thanksgiving shoot here in just a
Couple of weeks.
couple of weeks. We'll go through several thousand rounds of ammunition and claybirds with the whole family out there for hours.
So,
you
sounds
guys.
like my type of Thanksgiving, honestly.
You guys adopting? You guys adopting?
Uh,
Well,
Well,
we've
let's.
actually, yeah,
Oh no, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was going to say we have introduced several people to the dam on Paul's Hill or
Pawn.
the pond. He has the backside of the dam is where we set up an electric thrower, and we set out there and with all the way down to we've had people from the, the national police from Singapore out there shooting.
Wow.
Wow.
So our kids have an addiction for shooting a lot now too. So we on Thanksgiving we try to help that addiction that they have also.
And
That
so the ammo bills haven't gotten any better. It doesn't
they
sound
haven't
like.
gotten better. So we had to
No.
keep on making stuff and selling it.
Well, let's rewind it just a little bit. Tell us
Sure.
a little bit more. Just touch on a little bit more about your upbringing. Was there always a family shared interest in tinkering or mechanics and firearms growing up? Like, how did that develop in the family pre business? I guess.
um, well, in kind of two different focuses there. I mean, I personally, um, I've got an engineering degree, but I have everything from aviation to cars. Spent time tinkering, rebuilding classic cars, and I'm the oldest, and
You probably didn't know that. You could tell. Could you tell that he was the oldest? Please tell me.
yeah.
Please tell me you could.
But David and Paul had a business where they were doing all kinds of construction and excavation work, and always kind of doing. David would come up with all kinds of unique things, and he is our product designer. I mean,
Okay.
he is he's a mechanical savant, and I don't say that lightly. Having grown up or have professionally been around PhD level engineers, David can design circles around most of them, and he hates the math. He doesn't need it. He just naturally gets it.
I'm with
So
you, man. Screw math. I hate math.
I'm there with you.
What do we
I
need
have
that for?
two brothers that are like they are engineers, and I'm not. So I'm with you on screw the math.
Get to me after the math part, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So growing up, I mean, I know you said you were military brats. Were firearms part of your family culture? Like, what was your first recollection of getting out and shooting your first handgun or rifle?
So growing up, we moved all over the country. So we didn't. We had some family back in Indiana. They did a lot of hunting when we were growing up. We were around the military bases, but they always had skeet and trap clubs. So from a young age, we were shooting whenever we came back to the farm in southern Indiana with family, or we were shooting with our dad at the gun clubs that are on the military bases. We got involved with some uh, small caliber shooting with the NRA, even on the military bases when we were younger. So it was just no matter if we were living in Miami, Florida, or in the Midwest or wherever we were, we found a way to be able to get out and shoot as individually and as a family.
I'd say by the time you were old enough that you could hang on to it, we
You-
were shooting.
You were shooting. Yeah.
So
Or before, maybe.
Yeah. And some of our kids, I can honestly say that I've actually seen some of our kids when they were like 3, with the little Cricket 22s.
yep.
I've got a niece, and when she shot it and fed a couple more rounds in, and it was time to quit. She didn't want to quit. She got mad.
Bless her heart.
That is awesome. Bless
So
her.
it does sound like it's definitely part of the family culture, the family tradition for the Fosters over there. So how did the concept of Fostech Inc. come about and go into play? How did that happen?
Well, kind of told you about the getting started with our cousin, and then the whole ammunition habit. And I had a machine shop in Columbus, and had some ideas what we wanted to start making, and we started making some accessories. Through that, it opened up the door to some folks that had an initial concept of a shotgun, a magazine-fed shotgun.
Huh.
And we met with them and talked with them. They had some prototypes and some initial an initial patent. And so we said, well, let us take a look at it. And if we'd have known how hard it is to actually make a magazine-fed semi-automatic 12-gauge shotgun work, I'm not sure we'd have started there.
Well, I know
But
they
It
would.
sounds like an easy
My
job.
brother David says he wouldn't have if he would have known.
Because that was kind of really our very first firearms platform, and we did make it work. I mean, it was a long journey of making it a very reliable platform, and today I think it is by far the most reliable magazine-fed shotgun out there. It's and it's been through several iterations with lots of feedback from everyone from the UK MOD to the Israelis to the U.S. Marshal's Office, FBI, HRT. Lots of people giving us different types of feedback along the way to make it a very, very good platform.
So I want to know because this one's going to make me laugh. I got to know which one of you guys came up with the name.
Fostech?
Yeah. So who decided?
Was not me.
That was Judd.
I was going to say,
Judd.
That was a
just one of
cousin.
the guys, when you come up with a name, it's either very, very, true to root, and like you use your name or you use part of who you are in it, or you get completely creative and just come up with something just off the wall that makes no sense, but for some reason it works. And when you think of Fostech, I had no clue what Fostech meant until we met you guys at the range in Virginia, and it was like you guys introduced yourself. It was like Foster.
Probably introduced
Makes
themselves Foster, multiple Fosters.
Well, it's kind of like that old show. What was it called? The Newharts. Like, hey, this is my brother Daryl. It's my other brother.
Hey, that's us.
Yeah, like, you can do that. It's like, hey, I'm Larry. Which one's Larry and who's Daryl?
That's pretty much us. Yes.
So the shotgun project was your first project as a full firearm.
Correct.
Okay. All right.
Correct.
So when, I guess, at what point in that process, from the other person showing the initial patent that they had to uh I guess testing, like at what point did you realize that this was going to be something that was very special? Because it sounds like for a while you guys may not have believed that it was going to happen.
Well, I guess we were just young and naive enough that we figured out that we made all kinds of things work, that we would make this work too, and we just thought it was really cool. And there wasn't another one out there that was like it, and we said, let's make something really cool. And that's really kind of how it happened. It's that simple, that naive, but we just
And it shot fast, so that was the important thing.
yeah.
My cousin and my brother, they like to shoot things fast, so that kind of fell in there.
Oh, for sure.
And
For
so,
sure.
like in the timeline, I just trying to guess. We won't hold you to it, or cut your fingers off if it's not exactly right. But about what year was the first iteration, and what was the official name of that first iteration?
That the 2013 SHOT Show?
Boy, I have a hard time remembering the timeline
I'd have to
of
do it.
all this.
It's somewhere,
Okay.
I'd say in that 2013, 2013, it was either 2013 or 2014 SHOT Show. I'd have to go dig it up.
Yeah. So
Okay.
it's only just 2 or 3 years after the company's founding. So I mean, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. So when was the moment, and maybe it was with the Origin 12, and maybe it was before SHOT Show, or maybe it was at SHOT Show. When did you guys as a family actually kind of get to sit around, or you were talking, you're all hanging out? When did you guys realize, boys, we might be on to something here?
I think that'd have been 2014. That'd have been 2014. It's evolving into kind of its own entity, because we were all of us still kind of doing our own individual things professionally, and we were getting ready to make commitments to make some pretty serious changes in order to go do this for real.
Yeah, because it was a hobby to start
Right.
with.
Yeah.
We Mark had a machine shop up in Columbus, Indiana. David and I were both professional firefighters, which we worked at 24 on, 48 off. And then our cousin Judd at the time was a drug salesman selling also guns. So
So just to clarify this, it was for Pfizer.
Oh, it was for Pfizer. Yeah, it was a legal drug salesman.
I mean,
did I say it right? Sometimes I don't say things wrong.
Well,
Or same opposite.
that kind of goes hand in hand, but against what the NRA is preaching. But hey, it's hand in hand.
So
You need one for the other, definitely. You need guns selling drugs.
So, guys, every great startup, every great new company definitely has speed bumps and little hiccups in the beginning. What were some of the early hiccups at Fostech, whether it be strictly business or family? What were some of those hiccups, and how did you overcome them?
well, there's a lot of hiccups when you're trying to sell guns, for one.
Mm.
And Mark
Yeah,
can speak on that probably
I'm just, I mean,
better than anyone.
there's always technical difficulties, but those aren't the ones that really get you.
Mm.
It's the honestly, it's the things that are outside of your control that really wreak havoc on things. Whether it's um, honestly whether it's fighting over patents that you
See that?
as a small company, I guarantee you only do that once because the only people that win in a patent litigation is um, the attorneys. You
Yeah.
got to figure out how to agree uh, or disagree agreeably with whoever you're fighting over on patents. I mean, you obviously have to defend your patents, but you got to find ways to not bankrupt everybody in the process because
Mm.
the attorneys they find ways to take take money and it's unbelievable.
Oh yeah.
Um, so that's a challenge. Um, eh, the ATF um, making changes in kind of how they're ruling as they go from one administration to another, and um, that gets
Yeah.
it's really hard
Yeah.
because
It was.
you'd like to have kind of a um, you know what are the rules of the game,
Yeah.
Oh,
and if
they're
we
not.
know the rules of the game, then we will play by the rules. I mean, we we do not mess with things that uh, are not legal, and we want to make sure that they are absolutely. We cover every cross every T, dot every I.
Yeah.
That is always how we've been. But then when you all of a sudden they come through and say, well, that's how that T was crossed 4 years ago, but that's not how that T is crossed now.
Mhm.
And you're like, wow, that makes it very it's very challenging. I will say I'm not so sure that there aren't several other industries that have the same kind of problems um,
Probably.
with um, kind of overregulation by various departments that are kind of wanting to get in your knickers for whatever reason.
I don't know.
So
I don't know. I
um,
think it's just the alcohol people and the tobacco people. I mean, I gotta say, man, I gotta say, as an FFL, like when you call your local guy, and like my local guy is a cool person, but
yeah,
when you call to ask questions, they'll 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 kind of lead you to the water a little bit, but
Mhm.
for the most part, it is up to me to decipher their weird message that they're giving me because they don't want to give me advice because then I'm going to use it against them if they say I'm doing something wrong. And it's like, I always joke and tell people when they're like, I want to get in the firearms business and I want to become an FFL, whether it be a gunsmith, a manufacturer, a Cerakote, or whatever. And they're like, do you have any advice? And I'm like, this
Oh.
is the only, this is the only career path I know of that the people who make and set the standards won't tell you how to operate within the standards, and you rely on your competition to actually help you with that, and, you lean in on them for advice when it comes to
Mhm.
things like that, and it's so crazy how that operates.
and when we first started, that really wasn't how it was. I mean, you could send stuff to the tech branch. The tech branch would give you very clear guidance back. You could talk to people retired people from the tech branch and they would give you very clear this is how this is going to be. You could talk to ATF attorneys. Here's how this is going to go. This is how um, traditionally this is how those are interpreted, and those guidelines were out there. And then it changed, and it it's tough. It's a very tough thing. And all of those changes make product development really difficult, and
Yes.
it drives all kinds of weird dynamics in the market in terms of um, artificial highs and the resulting bubble bursts of lows on all different kinds of product. And
Mhm.
the in the manufacturing world, um,
It's
the
tough.
extremes are what puts you out of business.
Yes.
You,
Yeah.
and chasing the extremes, you chase it on the way up, it's going to get you on the way down. And the swings in this industry are pretty, they're pretty extreme.
Yeah, they're
Oh,
Drastic
boy,
for
yeah.
sure.
they are drastic.
It makes it really tough.
Yeah.
Uh, It's another one of those things. We were really naive. We're like, wow, there's volatility in this business. It's like, ooh, because
Yeah.
we were just hobby guys that liked making cool stuff.
Yeah.
And that's it really is that's what drove us, was cool stuff, and then being innovative and making really high quality stuff that we wanted. If we liked it and we wanted it, other people probably would, and we found out they did. But
course.
we hadn't counted on the fact that the game constantly changes and the market goes crazy, and it's like, whoa, this is an interesting business.
Yeah, they move the goalposts constantly, constantly. But I do want to ask you, what is the best part about running a business with family? What's the best part? And I guess the second part, I would love to hear from both of you guys. So, Paul, what's the best part about running a business with family? And Mark, what's the toughest part?
I'll take the good. I like that. Thanks. Oh, you won now, Mike, or two or three. Oh well, it's good. The good part of family is one, you know who they are. You can trust them. Um, and From putting up with each other for all these many years, they got your back. Those are the kind of things. And You know how to pick on each other, which that's important. You know how to banter with each other and uh, how to get under each other's skin, which that's fun too.
It's a good motivator.
It's a good motivator. But those are some of the good things, definitely.
For sure.
And you got people that are bought in, like it or not. You can choose your friends, but you can't choose your family, something like that.
Yeah.
So they're there at the end of the day, even if it's been a little bit bad sometimes, or they're still there.
Oh,
So
now for the juicy part, because you guys broke a cardinal rule of never mix business and family. So let's hear about what the tough parts are.
I would say that never wanting to let a family member down.
Mm.
Ooh,
And so if you think about, you're getting and doing business, and these businesses are putting bread on your nieces and nephews' tables, on your
Mm.
brothers and wives' tables, and there's a sense of um, that sense of responsibility, not just for your family but theirs as well.
Mm.
It's real.
that's a heavy burden.
It is, and so um, you're you've always got that in the back of your head, that um, you have to be innovative and you
Mm.
have to move fast, but that doesn't mean reckless. I kind of like
Yeah.
making the analogy they used to talk about in NASCAR. If you're too tight, you won't win a race, and if you're too loose, you're in the wall. And you got
Mm.
to figure out how to run loose enough that you can be fast, but tight enough that you stay out of the walls. Um, you're gonna
Good
hit it.
analogy.
That's some
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a good analogy.
that's some
you
really
can skim the wall. You just don't want to hit it hard.
Yeah. So
um, and I'd say that's the hardest. But I'd say on a practical day to day, when you're really trying to do really well, is we all kind of do a lot of dividing and conquering. We
Mm.
trust one another to do that, but trying to make sure that we keep one another informed, and the communication ties have to be there. But yet you are going and you want to be able to divide and conquer. And so it's a little bit of that balance of making sure that we're all engaged. And we all basically, there isn't two of us get a vote on one thing and we'll outvote the other. That's not how it works around here.
It's just whatever Paul says. That's what
It's
whatever
50,
Paul says.
50,
The other
50.
two go, no, it's
I'm the oldest. What I say goes.
yeah.
then everything works great. Or maybe it's just the opposite. I get things backwards sometimes. Maybe we all have to agree on it before we do anything. I think that's what it is. That's what it is.
So how do you guys really balance being brothers and business partners? Like, does that ever spill over into Sunday dinner? Like,
It
what
sounds
is
comes natural. It sounds like it comes natural.
Pretty much. We like one another, and we like kind of doing stuff together. We also have enough going that we also let one another have some of their own. That it's not like we all have to be engaged in everything. And we are. I'm the oldest. I'm 6 years older than Paul, and Paul is basically 6 years older than David. And so
You weren't supposed to tell them.
oh, that's right.
So David is 25.
I'm not so good at counting. It doesn't.
So it's
There's that pesky math thing again.
Yeah, there you go.
That's an engineer thing. You know, he pocket protector activity every once in a while. He has to pull one of those out. They do confuse him as our dad every once in a while. At like shows, they'll say like, hey, they'll come up. That's one of our favorite, my younger brother, David, and myself, is one of our favorite things is someone to come up. So if anybody's listening to this, they can come up to the show and ask us where our dad is or if our dad's going to be back later because they. That's one of our favorite things.
You just got to roll with
That's great. Yeah. He's not here right now. He's at the bathroom again, but he'll
He'll be right back.
We'll make sure to let him know you want to talk to him.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm sorry. I digressed. What was the question?
You with that right there, it was answered perfectly.
Answered all of it.
Oh, perfectly. Well,
Hey, don't tell him that,
Mike. That's one and done. Cut everything else I said out and just have that part. There you go.
That's going to be the whole show. 15 seconds of that, and we're done. Thank you, guys. Yeah. So before we get into the actual meat and potatoes, and let's talk about what put Fostech on the map, we're going to take a quick break and hear from some of our sponsors.
Your workspace matters, and the Tipton Best Gun Vise 360 doesn't play around. Built for serious shooters, this vise locks down rifles, shotguns, and ARs with zero movement and full control. Tool-free adjustments, rock-solid clamping, and a 360-degree rotating cradle give you access from every angle. No shortcuts, no compromises. Whether you're building, cleaning, or dialing in, this vise was made to keep up. Tipton Best Gun Vise 360. Built to hold, built to work.
All right, guys, we are back from the break, and we want to talk about what put Fostech on the map. So let's talk about some of those early products. What were some of the first offerings you guys released?
Well, there's no doubt the Origin 12 that put us on the map. I mean, it's been in video games and Terminator movies, and it making that work got us a reputation of these guys can make stuff work. Then came the trigger, our Echo trigger. That product absolutely put us on the map, and it was also one of I think we ended up with about 5 patents in that trigger. And we introduced some technology associated with making that trigger that was still pretty new. I had a really good friend of mine from my engineering days that was a visiting scientist at Oak Ridge. Yeah.
Those guys. Those guys.
And I was telling him about this trigger that we were getting ready to make. And he told me, he said, hey, have you guys ever thought about 3D printing a trigger? And I said, you mean like metal? And he goes, yeah. And I said, yeah, is that really ready for prime time? And he goes, you need to come down to Oak Ridge. And so I went down to Oak Ridge and I saw what they were doing in 3D metal printing. And I said, yeah, I guess it is. So we came back, and this was back in 2015. So 10 years ago. And we, from prototype to production run ready, at 1,000 pieces, 1,000 trigger sets a month. We did that in just under 120 days.
Oof.
With 6 design iterations.
Man.
Now, I have an idea what that would normally take in terms of just tooling.
Years.
And the expense. And that trigger, at one point we were selling over 4,000 of those a month. And we were, according to the people in the industry, we were the largest consumer of 3D metal printed parts in the country. This little shop in Southern Indiana.
Secret to my success right there, guys.
That's
Having 2 Hart brothers. That was my success.
I screwed up. My brothers are not well-educated engineers. I'll tell you that. I love them to death, but
your brother stupid.
they're not designing anything. I'll tell you that.
Man.
So, I mean,
They don't listen to this show either, so it'll be fine.
I mean, David's ability to pretty quickly adapt to the whole idea behind printing parts and structurally building them so that you could use the printed materials. It was a game changer, and that launched. That basically, one product after the next has basically paid for the next. And we've constantly just rolled the money back into the business and have grown it doing different things. But the trigger absolutely it launched Fostech. I mean, it provided capital and to put a lot of equipment and buildings in place that allowed us to then take on the next projects.
For sure. I was going to say, sorry, Matt, I was going to say, to jump in front of you real quick, they're like one of 3 manufacturers that make triggers for your smoothbore rifles that you love so much, the AK. I hate the AK guys, just going ahead and saying I make fun of you.
Mikey gives me a hard time all the time about AKs.
Yeah.
So they actually make a trigger for that. Have you ever got to give it a go?
I have never used one. I would definitely play with one though. I've got a plethora of AKs sitting around doing nothing, but
so I'm sitting
How
here.
much do you like to shoot fast, Matt?
actually with the cost of 7.62 at the moment, like I don't really. No.
Come on,
Like,
Matt. You need to try it.
Hey, look, if you want to send one out, I'll make a video for you guys, but you get like half a magazine. Like that's it. We're running on a budget. We're running on a budget around here.
Well,
I gotta save all my bullets for Kalash Bash.
Hey, I want to put a little different spin. There's no doubt you can shoot really fast with that trigger, and it's incredibly reliable. But the other thing that's really cool about that trigger is delivering controlled pairs.
Yeah,
because the way that works, you don't have to reacquire your target, and you're going to get 2 bullets at about 50 yards that are about an inch apart, and you're going to get them really. As far as split times between, or like no split time.
Man,
they're right there.
See, Dad just corrected me.
I was gonna say,
did you notice that?
Literally, I was just about to say he's getting thrifty in his old age. Forget he can be accurate.
Would you guys say that I mean, it sounds like of course, the origin was a huge project, and that kind of started while you were still in hobby phase, and kind of started the transition to everybody going full time. And then was the trigger that transitional product that was like, all right, all of us are all in on this Fostech now.
Yes.
That's what
Yeah.
pulled everybody from their own side things.
Yeah.
Okay. So Matt, buddy, I think it is time, and you're going to have to just alternate between the two of these guys, between Mark and Paul. We're just going to have to alternate, but we have reached our rapid fire segment, which is, just to give you guys a quick heads up, it's kind of like the final game at the end of Family Feud. We're going to ask you a bunch of questions, and it's quick, easy answers, and we're going to move through them as quick as we can, just so our guests can learn a little bit about you guys. So Matt, are you ready?
Let's go, dude.
Take it, bro.
All right, this rapid fire segment is brought to you by our friends over at Wheeler Tools. Use code WHISKEY10 at checkout and save 10% on your order.
That's a sound done right. Scope rings, mounts, handguards, locked in with exact torque. Wheeler Fat Sticks don't guess, they deliver. Every click means you're dialed, not overdone. No strip threads, no compromise, just precision. Wheeler Fat Sticks. Hear the click, trust the build.
All right. Mark, favorite caliber to shoot?
9mm.
9mm.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna change that. 12
Okay.
gauge.
12
Yeah.
12 gauge.
12 gauge.
12 gauge is his favorite caliber to shoot.
Yeah.
All right, Paul, AR or AK?
AR.
Hell
All
yeah.
right.
Sorry, Matt.
No, it's all right. It's all right. I'm
I
used
like to
to
shoot
being
slow.
Winning, I'm winning.
I'm used to being the whipping boy around here. It's okay. Mark, who's the best shooter among you guys?
David.
David.
He was.
I'm surprised you didn't say more.
He was.
Do you agree, Paul? Is David the best?
Oh, sure. Sure.
Oh, sure.
But you can't tell him that.
Uh,
All right.
Just
So,
depends
Paul-
on what day.
Paul, who's the best machinist?
David is. David is.
That's that. You both agree on that? All right.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I know the answer to this, Mark, but who's the biggest perfectionist?
That'd probably be me.
I was gonna say, if you can't name him, it might be you. Paul, what's your favorite Fostech product of all time?
I would say the Echo trigger.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, I want one from each of you. Mark, what's your favorite gun movie?
American Sniper.
All right. Paul?
Oh, it'd be one of the John Wayne.
There you go.
All right.
Many of all the above John Wayne movies.
We can get one of these from each of you as well. Neat or On the Rocks?
On the Rocks.
On the rocks.
All right. We're gonna switch it up this time. We're gonna give Mark the easy one. What's your favorite part of running a business with your family?
Laughing together.
Paul, what's your least favorite part of running a business with your family?
He's gonna say Mark.
I can't fire my
always
brother.
Always had to be wrong. That's the hardest part for me. That's how we all get along, is if I'm wrong and they're right.
You're
Not
big,
easy.
I'm small. You're smart, I'm stupid.
I'm the middle. I'm the middle kid too. I'm the middle kid too.
Yeah, I'm the middle kid. You know.
I know how it goes. I know. How
He's
it
got
goes.
big shoulders.
Good. Mark, who's the biggest prankster at Fostech?
Oh,
Paul.
No.
And Paul, what's next on the list for Fostech Inc?
As far as products,
Just
Just
what's
saying.
next on the list? What do you got? What's the next move?
the next move is we're building a lightweight 308 AR,
Woo! Let's go.
AR-10.
Cool. That was it, boys. That was the rapid fire segment. You did a great job. Had a lot of laughs. So
Yeah. So now that you said that, let's go ahead and move into modern Fostech and let's talk about some of the products and the evolution. So Fostech's lineup is bigger and better and more advanced than ever. You guys have got lightweight rifles, echo triggers, and now the 50 caliber drum magazine. And then on top of that, the lightweight 308 you just mentioned. What inspired, I got to ask, because you guys know it's my favorite product. What inspired the 50 caliber drum? And without getting in too far into the weeds, what kind of engineering went into actually making that work?
Well, the engineering part, that's not for me to answer. We'll leave that to Mark. We figured that out already.
you probably do well in testing, though, don't you? I bet you do,
Yeah,
Paul. You do a
I
good
don't
job
have
at
a
testing,
problem.
don't you?
I don't have a problem pulling the trigger.
All right.
Slow or fast, either one. I don't care. But the 50 cal drum it kind of got birthed from our 20 round drum for our Origin 12 shotgun.
Okay.
So a lot of similar parts, but a 50 cal and a 12 gauge shotgun, same diameter. So beyond that, there were several patents, and those are the things that Mark and Dave worked with to make that drum work with the 50 cal and make it to feed fast and feed reliably.
That's the key.
So,
That's the key.
yeah.
Well,
I mean,
what made you guys want to build it? Like, whose idea was it? Like, did somebody come to you, or were y'all just thinking like, could we now turn this into a 50 BMG mag? Like, let's do it. Yeah, let's take it outside.
Yes.
So honestly, that has been probably 9 or 10 years. We had thought, we could make a 50 BMG drum off of basically the components that we currently have off the 20 round drum from the Origin.
right.
And it was just like, no, don't think that'll ever really go. And all of a sudden it was like, why not? Let's just do it. It can't be that hard. And
Famous last words.
Hold my beer.
That's easy to say.
You know what?
If you're not David,
We've got
if you're not David, that's easy to say. I can really say that really easy.
we've got several other products in here, but let's just squeeze that in real quick and knock that out. And it was so that the part that was a little tricky was the fact that you've got a double stack mag, and you have to go to single stack.
Yeah.
On the drum is single, but yet that mag well going up into the barrets is a double stack.
Yeah.
And so, and the angle that the round is headed up into the gun, and how it's going to be introduced from the drum, that angle changes. So David had to figure out how to be able to articulate that follower coming up and keep more than one round from introducing itself so you could feed like it was a double stack, even though it was single stack coming all the way through and into the gun. So that generated a couple more new patents solving that. But as usual, David, he can if you give him time and leave him alone so that he can think about things, he comes up with some very, very creative solutions to things.
It definitely sounds like it. And, other than, I'll just go out and say, every content creator and their mother asking you to send them one of those drum mags for free. What has the response been from the general community, because you know I'm right on that. You know it.
Oh, it's been good. There's a lot of people that there's a lot more 50 cal Barretts out there than you would imagine, I guess, because
Hell yeah.
people are like they look at it and think, oh, that sounds expensive, unless there's someone that has a Barrett, and then it doesn't sound necessarily expensive. So
Yeah,
there's just
I was going to
there's a
say
bigger demand out there than you think. It's just nobody else has done it. That was another reason we did it, was because there was nothing else out there like it. And we'd already designed some of the technology that needed to make it happen. So,
I mean,
um,
it's definitely not an inexpensive magazine, but also most anybody who would complain about the price probably doesn't own a gun that it would run in anyway. But it's
exactly.
also like, is
There
your cousin gonna make you a cheaper one? Like you like you're gonna get a different one off of Amazon or something? Like what are you? This is the one. Like
This is the one. Yeah. Yeah. When
this
we're at
is the one.
shows, someone that has a Barrett, they just like, I've got to have that to go with my gun.
Yeah.
It's that's the kind of response. And there's no other ones out there. So that ends up being the connection.
You've definitely cornered the market on 50 cal drum mags, I think.
For a little while, at least.
cornered the market. Go ahead, man.
What else came out this year? What else can we, I guess, don't show all your cards, but what else can we talk about that's fairly new from Fostech?
Well, Paul made the comment about the AR-10.
Okay.
The AR with our lightweight magnesium alloy.
Oh.
That is going to the base product, and it's the initial one's going to be it's a 12.5-inch gun.
Okay.
We've actually had a couple of special forces group requests what we're kind of coining the urban sniper rifle. So giving you the capability to still conduct overwatch in that 300 to 400 yard range, but then something small enough that you can actually still clear houses with. That's kind of the target for it. We've got working with a industry partner on a barrel that will be significantly lighter, that has a heat sink to it, so that it will it's carbon fiber wrapped, but it'll take a lot more heat. Carbon fiber wraps, typically you don't run semi-automatics in them because you'll get them hot enough that they'll kind of start coming apart. And
right.
So this is a new technology. So you've got our lightweight technology and that lightweight technology coming together to introduce all the current math shows it's at about 6.5 pounds.
Here he is with that math again.
Similar to a normal standard AR-15.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the dumbed down version.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
So-
not for you, Matt. I'm sorry. That was for me.
Oh, I do own
That's my
AR-15s.
Yeah.
I have a couple, but they're all weird, of course. But yeah, I do own AR-15s. I just prefer AKs.
So I do want to ask. I mean, hearing about the drum mag, it was kind of like, well, we've already developed the technology, but we kind of talked about the Origin 12. But how do you guys decide, what's next for Fostech? Are you like you said earlier, you're making products that you would like to see, and so are you trying to fill a gap in an industry where that doesn't exist right now, or kind of like this lightweight 30, like lightweight AR-10, you're getting input from other people? How do you guys figure out what's next?
All of the above.
And sometimes an arm wrestle. Sometimes at the armorist.
Yeah.
That's my kind of business.
Who's going to get their way this time? Whose turn is it?
No, I think a rifle like that though is pretty forward looking. I'm not a big AR guy, but I've got my finger on the pulse of the industry enough to know that like uh I guess you could call them like SPRs or maybe a recce rifle, like a rifle that serves more than one purpose, right? Like a regular AR-15 isn't really equipped to be a sniper or a long range gun. And so you end up having to build a real long barrel for a 5.56 gun. Then it's too long to, to kick doors in with. And so I think what you're talking about is going to fill a good space of it's upped in cartridge so I can come back in barrel length, um, still have plenty of cartridge to get down range, but be wieldy enough to use as a fighting rifle. So I think
Well,
it's an interesting niche, to say the least.
yeah. And
So
we've been getting that feedback from on that particular rifle platform. We actually have folks that work with us, consult with us from various country special forces groups, and they're like, "I'd really like to see this," and then when we've been our lightweight stuff is given us an opportunity. We've been invited the last 3 years out to Nellis Air Force Base. There's an annual Special Forces live shooting event that anyone that's got new technology, you come out and you shoot, and you have basically all of our allies have uh, an operator and a program manager, and they'll come through, and you just listen to what the guys. Hey, I like this, but I would like it like this. I'd like this, but that's really cool. But what about this? And you get a lot of input from those guys that are using those as tools every day.
Yeah.
Um, you know, I enjoy shooting, but I don't use that tool every day. Not like
Right.
not like those guys do.
yeah.
And so getting input from them is very valuable.
So you guys were hanging out no kill way before 3D printing was cool. I've lived here all my life and never got an invite to Oak Hill, so forget those guys. But it seems like you guys definitely have your fingers on the pulse, as Matt would say. How do you guys see the innovation in the firearms space evolving over the next few years with the more readily available 3D print capabilities and more?
I think from a printing standpoint, the ability to bring the right it has to be the right product, because you don't have the same strength as you do with full billet type of things. But at a minimum, the ability to go through iterations of design way faster than what we have in the past is game changing. There's all kinds of new materials. I hate to say this, but I think there's like six new elements have been added to the periodic table since my last chemistry class in college, and that's bringing all kinds of opportunities from the base materials and even to the coatings. I think so. There's things going on in
Oh
coatings
my
that
gosh.
can absolutely um, change some of the the traditional characteristics of things,
For sure.
and it's going to give us new opportunities to do things a little differently. I think things are going to get lighter. They're going to be more durable. Um, they're going to have longer lifespans,
Mhm.
all with the new technologies that are coming. So
I haven't really thought about coatings. That's a valid point. I mean, obviously coatings are getting better and there is a trend in that. I guess I'm not coatings don't really trip my trigger in any sort of way, so I don't follow them too closely. But yeah, there's some really advanced stuff that's coming. It's a pretty common theme on our show of firearms technology is I think the actual firearm is getting to a point where really huge leaps in innovation are for the most part probably behind us until we start looking at different types of ammunition. We're almost as good as a self-contained cartridge is gonna get if we're talking about things like metallurgy and coatings being the what's used to make the difference between the competitor. Um, but coatings, I now I'm down a rabbit hole, I think.
Well, if you think about, in a lot of ways, I don't disagree with you, but I will say, um, what's going on in the materials, if you're wanting to make something significantly lighter
Mm,
and still stronger and still have the same life expectancy or better, who why would you want to carry around a 12-pound AR-10
right.
when I can probably get you similarly set up at 8?
Yeah.
That's a pretty big difference.
That
Yeah.
Uh,
is. Yeah.
People
so
say that all the time.
That's
People say,
25%. That's a
yeah,
lot.
you've shaved a pound off. Oh, you shaved 2 pounds off. Oh, you've shaved 4 ounces off. But when you actually think about, the feat that you just accomplished by keeping everything structurally sound and decreasing the weight, increasing the usability. I mean, it's a big deal. Taking 2 pounds off something is huge.
now you'd have thought that why would Ford have ever made aluminum truck bodies?
Right.
That material is more expensive. Why on earth would you do that? Well, got to make it lighter, more fuel efficient, more durable, more. Now, it's not. You can't throw bricks in the back of your
No.
bed, but if you're talking about, you know, main for what it's designed to do for most of those, I mean,
Yeah.
you're getting a product that is getting better fuel efficiency and doing all the things that it was before and survives rusts and snow and those kind of things way better.
Yeah.
So
Well, it hit
Valid.
the light bulb went off for me with a military commander one time talking about a lighter rifle as if his whole group was equipped with that lighter rifle, how much more time, how much fuel savings it would be on the helicopter that they're flying their mission on. And I was like, yeah, I never, how much longer they could stay in the air, how much farther they could go because of the reduction of weight. And, that kind of turned a light bulb on for me,
For sure.
what things like that can do.
Huh.
That's valid. Valid. So follow up to that, since we're talking about manufacturing, we're talking about um, technology growing. I want to ask. I'll ask you both, but I want to ask Paul first. What is made in America mean to Fostech?
Um, it kind of is underlining of all the things that um, uh, our our beliefs in faith and family and freedom and firearms. It kind of is the pillar to all that. To me, it's one of the things that supports all that.
Yeah.
So, so
You
that's
got anything to add to that, Mark?
I'll be real nerdish here, okay?
Okay.
Because that's my job. I'm the nerd.
We get two
um,
perspectives though. It's great. I love it.
I wholeheartedly agree with everything Paul just said, and without our own capabilities Um, we we don't realize just how fragile our society is,
Mm.
um, and it's imperative that we maintain our proficiency and our citizenry is armed.
Mm.
Then I'll say supply chains
Oh, yeah.
because
Yep.
because I mean from a just sure I've got to make something, man. We've we've made a lot of decisions to purchase product that was more expensive, we thought,
Yeah.
until the supply chain came undone.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sitting there going, I'm glad I'm not fighting that issue because you just shut the line down because you can't get parts.
Yep.
And we, I mean, all of our stuff is basically uh, right here. Most of it's here in the Midwest, most of it. Um,
Amazing.
and that's a huge difference in being able to keep your manufacturing processes running.
Yeah.
As an AK guy, I can attest to that. Like I've never made anything in my life, really. I mean, I've built some things. I am a tradesman, but uh just something as simple as a stroke of a pen, all of a sudden, like I can't get ammunition to feed all these foreign guns anymore. Like that's a real thing. That's a big deal. And so I wholeheartedly agree with the I mean, it's almost a mission statement for you guys. It's you
Right.
wear it proudly on your website and all your packaging. It's made in America at Fostech. So I applaud you guys for that.
For sure.
Appreciate
So
that.
so before Matt asks his final question, I do want to ask you guys, what advice would you give to a small team or a group of family members thinking about starting a business in this industry today?
Think another one. Pick a different, pick a different industry.
Oh, I love it.
Well, and in addition, uh, plan on a certain level of diversification because
Mm,
the highs and lows in this industry, if you don't plan on a little bit of other diversification to help offset when things are down,
Right.
that's not going to be good. And um, machine tools are very expensive and they need to run. They need to make stuff in order for your business to run. Um, and so a certain level of diversification is a really good thing so that those highs and lows you can weather.
Yeah,
amen.
for
All right.
sure.
I think we're about to that time. Before I ask my last question, we're gonna take another quick commercial break and hear from one of our sponsors.
When precision matters, every detail counts. The Frankfurt Arsenal IntelliDropper 2.0 takes accuracy to the next level with advanced sensors, a sleek touchscreen, and effortless calibration. Whether you're fine-tuning or loading in volume, the IntelliDropper 2.0 ensures confidence in every drop. Frankfurt Arsenal, precision starts here.
All right, and welcome back. I am sitting here with Brothers Foster. We've got one last question for you. This one's just for fun. We've had a great time laughing with you guys, and so I think I'm going to ask each of you. It wouldn't be fair to to limit the two of you to only 5 guns. So we'll take turns. We gotta share. We gotta take turns. So NFA doesn't matter. The cost of ammunition doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be a gun you guys own, but you do have to cover all the types of shooting that you like to do in your life with only 5 guns. So let's kick it off with Paul. What 5 guns are you taking with you?
My Remington 1100,
All right,
12
solid.
gauge shotgun. Um, uh, some Marlin lever actions. Both of these guns are family heirlooms.
Okay.
Any caliber in a 1911.
All right.
I like 1911s. I must admit, it's one of my favorites. And then to top it all off, my Origin 12, any of my Fostech ARs, and my SIG 320 drone from Fostech.
There it is.
They're close to my heart.
Amazing. All right. That was a good 5 choice. I can't argue with the heirloom Remington and Marlin though. My
No.
grandpa was a Marlin and a Remington guy, and I have his old Wingmaster and then a fairly old 444. So I'm also a soft place in my heart for a good old heirloom gun.
Yeah, they're priceless.
Definitely. All right, Mark. What's your top 5 guns? What are you taking with you?
Well, I've got about a 75-year-old Browning A5.
These guys have good taste.
Love that old gun. I've got an heirloom Colt Python 357 revolver.
Oh my gosh.
Then I'm probably gonna turn modern on you.
All right.
Our Predator pistol is, with what we are doing in this modular setup. This little 9mm, that little 9 is it's an awesome little pistol.
Ooh.
Our Raptor line and our lightweight AR, because there's so many things you can do with an AR. It's just, and then
You got one
you gotta
more.
have an Origin. You gotta have an
There you
Origin.
go.
You gotta have an Origin. because when I'm shooting Claybird, my old A5 is set up with a really super tight choke. So I can play cleanup. Anybody miss a bird, I can get it way out there. The only problem with that is if we start playing who gets to shoot first, regardless of who calls the bird, you're going to shoot it out. I have to go get the Origin in a short barrel configuration so that I can get on the bird fast.
Man, I love that. I love that. Well, guys, it has been absolutely awesome having you guys come on the show and talk about your company, the background, what you guys do, as well as get to learn more about you. And I hope our listeners understand that, you guys are doing something special up there. So I think it really truly embodies, what American innovation and family entrepreneurship are all about. So thank you again for coming on.
Yeah. Thanks, Mike. Thanks, Matt.
Thanks for the invitation, and look forward to working with you guys.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
So go ahead, Matt, and plug where everybody can find those guys, and get us out of there.
All right, everybody. Thank you for listening this far. If you've got any questions for the Fostech team, leave them down in the comments. I'll make sure that it gets over to the team and gets answered for you. Like, share, subscribe. Also, go over check out Fostech's website, fostecinc.com. You can see all their SKUs, their full lineup, and usually it teases at the new things coming down the road. You can find them on Instagram at Fostech Inc. and Facebook is Fostech Inc. Official. Gentlemen, here's to family, innovation, and freedom. Cheers to the Foster brothers.
Thank you.
Thank you.